Hey guys, what's up? My name's Rob, and I'm going to be looking at the What's Up for January 20th, 2020 for Gears of War 5. Um, Before we start, I just want to say the reason I'm doing this is because I've always loved Gears of War, and recently it seems like Gears of War is in a really, really tough spot. I've been watching some of the content made by different kind of content creators. I've been following the forums, even Reddit posts, and I thought I'd just wade in and give my own opinion on things. Going forward, when I look at content and the updates, I want to be fair to both the coalition and the Gears of War community. You know, the casual players, in air quotations, casuals, content creators, pro players, whatever, to see if we can actually try and get a grip on this game and fix it and bring it back to, I think, what we all know could be an incredible franchise. So I didn't look at this yet. I have an idea what's in it. They were talking about a shotgun update, so hopefully that has come to fruition. So here we go. What's up, January 2020? Okay. So it's obviously with Cantus. Welcome to What's Up, your weekly. Yeah. Here's in What's Up Gears this week. Fuck's sake. Title update 4 arrives Tuesday. That is actually the time of recording today. A new Cantus villain. Nashor improvements coming in TU4 and beyond. Icebound map changes. Be interesting to see what they are. TU4 update notes, cool. Lunar New Year's Versus event, okay. New Hive, okay. And weekly store updates, okay. Cantus. You can learn about. I'll actually look at them at the end and see what the Cantus totems challenges are and see if they're actually to see how grindy it is. Hopefully it's not too bad, and hopefully you don't need to keep on going across different game modes, because I'm not a fan of that. If you've purchased Operation 2 Free For All bundle, the Cantus will be automatically added to your inventory for free. Okay. Character release schedule. Adding to an existing store bundle while also ensuring we get the Cantus the previous bundle purchase means a slightly different release schedule than usual. Well, as usual, there will be an approximate 2-hour period between the release of a title update and the appearance of new content. Okay. Ever slightly, we'll have a second live update. Cantus, individual iron purchases, blah blah. Title update 4 rolls out. Cantus will not be available. Will be available. At 12:30 to 1 PT. Nashor, cool. And then that's just the kind of saying. Okay, Nashor improvements. The result were extensive investigation to Nashor, including some new fixes coming in TU4 to return it to its pre-TU3 consistency and further improvements to come in the future. So, as I said, while I'm looking at these updates, I want to be fair to both. If the coalition are due criticism, I think it's fair to give it to them. There's no point in like hammering them, because it doesn't make much point really. It doesn't make much sense. And if the community are being, ungrateful or not being patient enough, whatever, I'll go against them. See, this is the problem for me going forward. So, just this is nearly Gears of War for me in a nutshell, and it's the reason why I've stopped playing. I only played I think 2-3 weeks of Gears of War 4, and I stopped playing, and for the entire length of that duration, the game life cycle. I've got Gears 5 through the Games Pass. I got it for $1, €1 from where I'm from, and I played it, and I've no interest in playing it again, to be honest with you. Unless they change things, that's why I'm here to kind of look through what's going on. But the reason why it's so kind of frustrating as a player is this is exactly it. Some new fixes in TU4 to return to its pre-TU3 consistency. It's like it's always, you need to update it to try and, eradicate an update. It's like one step forward and 2 steps back. So they've updated the shotgun, and now they spent the entire month, rather than trying to improve it further, is to try and bring it back to its original condition. It's very, very frustrating as a player. Very, very frustrating. So hopefully they actually bring it back to its consistency before TU3. Very frustrating, but hopefully we'll finally have some sort of a solid foundation to build from, because it does become very frustrating. And one more small thing. If you're playing game modes such as Escalation, or execution. King of the Hill, there can be situations, where you don't want to kind of die. It's really essential that you stay alive. But when you're playing execution and you're playing with a shotgun that's not consistent, it's not registering, it nearly renders them game modes obsolete, because who's going to take the time and effort out of the day to play them game modes where you've only got one single life? I'd love to play execution, but I never really have, because of them reasons for Gears of War. There's always been kind of bugs now at the Gnasher, so I really hope they fix them. So here we have an interesting and Icebound mapped update. So here we go. As part of our work to improve Gears 5, the multiplayer level designer have been working on continued improvements to existing maps. Okay. As avid players and avid readers of feedback, okay, no problem, they're constantly thinking about small refinements and improvements that we can make that will have a big impact to the experience on their maps. They've already made spawn exit improvements on exhibit. And the next changes to come are a sweeping series of refinements to Icebound. For Icebound, the overall goal of these changes is to provide more ways to counter the strong rifle positions of the tower. Look, this is my main point. I'm going to come back to, okay? I'm going to read on and I'm going to break this down. Give you my opinion. See what you guys think. So the overall goal of these changes is to provide more ways to counter the strong rifle positions in the towers, which in turn will make the Ice Lake more utilised traversal and combat area than it is today. The mantle cover at the top of each tower's slope slide has now been removed, okay? So you can't slide down at the side, okay? This adds a new vulnerable flank to strong positions to be countered more easily. Weapon layout changes. Weapon layout will be modified to provide more options to counter the strong tower positions. Allow players to traverse the ice more easily. Frags have been removed and placed with drop shot. Cryo can be moved to the centre of the ice, so it's useless now. Cryocan has been moved and is now a torque bow. Boltox have now been placed. Why would you place with enforcers, man? Look, I'm sorry, but I have to break this down, okay? You see this thing here, okay? This is the exact same as this to me. We've created a problem, and now we're going to try and fix it. Like, the overall goal of the changes of this map is to counter the strong rifle positions of the tower. I mean, why is there strong rifle positions in the first place? Why, we've got strong rifle positions, obviously they were designed in mind to have strong rifle positions, because I think when in the developer blog earlier on, they were actually asked that direct question. I don't think they answered it. But if they're changing these things now, strong rifle positions in the tower. I mean, the reason why... But I mean, the rifles are still really, really strong. You know what I mean? It's such an open area. To me, the problem is they don't understand. I completely... I like the fact they're listening, okay? I like the fact they're reacting to feedback. But the problem is, I'd love if they actually understood the problem. You know what I mean? The problem is the rifles are really, really strong. And it's stopping gameplay from happening. I mean, the rifles are still going to be strong, but there's a counter to it or whatever. But the problem is, if you run anyway in the centre of that map, well, Lancers, I mean, you're dead. It's not going to happen. There's more power weapons, but why the hell they chose to remove Boltox for an Enforcer? I mean, why get rid of the Enforcer. The Enforcer's trash. Torque bow, I don't really like it in this game. I agree. I agree with them trying to fix things, but I mean, it's kind of why. If you're a developer, why not sit down and go, why do we have to change these things? Because the map's not working well. Well, why is this map not working well? Well, it's because of, there's no cover for people, and the Lancers are extremely overpowered. And what you call it, there's so much bullet magnetism that, I mean, it's like you don't even need to hit shots. there's drop shots and torque bow now. I mean, the map's going to be even slower now. I don't know how they don't see that. And then you got more things to blow up the ice. So now the map becomes even slower. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This is obsolete. No one's going to risk their life. I mean, you've got people up in towers either side. You've got people lancering from there. You've got people lancering out the window. You can come into the middle here. You can lancer at the side. You shoot the little bit of ice there and you're dead. I mean, so why put that there? Why not put that as a boom shot or something? So it might make risk versus reward. No one's going to risk their life. I mean, look how open this is. You know, and the lancers and the aim assist. It's crazy, man. I don't agree with this. Title update 4 notes. Nashor updates. Addressed an issue causing hipfire bullet magnetism to be incorrectly calculated. Okay, we know about that one, surely. Omen updates. Okay, what did he do to fix the omen? Added new simple omen option. Yeah, added a menu so you can put it on. Hold on. Added a menu toggle between simple, new, and immersive. So they're describing the current omen as immersive. Obviously, that was the word thrown around in development, and I don't see it as immersive, honestly. But whatever. There's a new, more simple omen. Reduced overall readiness for immersive omen. Okay. Added new unique damage indicators for receiving active damage on the omen. Okay. Damage indicators now fade immediately upon removal of an incoming threat. Enemy shooting you was killed. Oh, I don't like that. But would that not kind of make you feel like your health is after recovering a little bit? If you're basically in a 1v1 and it shows like there's damage coming from in front of you, a guy shoots you maybe once, twice, and all of a sudden you one-shot him, your screen goes from what, like kind of red to not red at all because that threat's been eliminated? Is that how that works? Or am I reading into that wrong? Because that kind of, I don't really understand that. That's the damage indicator thing doesn't really work for me. It just doesn't, but it's whatever. Is this here? Damage indicator in the fade. The enemy shooting was killed. The most recent damage indicator will otherwise remain on the omen until health has started regenerating. Okay. But this damage indicators will now fade immediately upon removal of an incoming threat. Yeah? The most recent damage indicator will otherwise remain on the omen until health has been started. So, okay. I can see problems with that, but we'll see what happens. Gameplay updates. Added a 0.25 second delay before being able to melee after firing. Whoa, where did that come from? That wasn't a mention of that. Was there not a big update a few updates back where they're fixing all this stuff and putting in delays? So I think this is a further 0.25 second delay upon other delays in the past. I think free for all down but not out. Self revive time lowered from 8 seconds to 4 if tapping was 15 seconds. 7.5. Okay, that could be good, it could be bad. I like the fact it's obviously free for all, but the thing is, means people getting up really quick. Anyway, free for all, remove 1 magazine from overkill ammo on pickup. Free for all, increase respawn time for berserker mace and heavy weapons to 120 was 60s. Okay. Arcade Blitz. Hills now drain points very slowly when uncapped, rather than never draining. Escalation weapons can be placed at halftime. Blah blah. Cantus added the character Oscar. Bird's Global Sentry. This is just horde stuff. Icebound. New geometry changes, weapon layouts, and ring updates to improve gameplay. I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to have the intended result. I just think that's not the problem. It's kind of it's like putting a plaster over a gaping wound. You know, it's the weapon balance, and it seems to be the problem. But I'm open. Let's see what happens. It's interesting changes that they added. It's also interesting that they completely rebalanced the map in terms of weapon swaps. I don't know where they got the idea for these things, if it was play tested, or I'd like to hear a developer talking about that in playtesting, or maybe they seen people playing it in escalation or something, I don't know, and looking at the number of times weapons were dropped, and how did they come up with these weapon swaps? Like, who decided it was good to take out a Boltok for an enforcer, or adding in drop shots to certain places. It'll be interesting to hear that decision making process. I think that'd be really helpful for me to understand what they were thinking. Fixes and improvements. Added estimated wait time for playlists. This is one small thing that I think they're assuming will help them, but I think is going to hinder them more. Because I think if you put in an estimated playtime, it's kind of, when we used to play Gears of War 3, I think it was towards the middle to the end of the game cycle, you could check how much players total worldwide and in your region. And towards the end, we were from Europe, so there was some playlist that we never even tried to find. We just stayed on King of the Hill or whatever. And estimated wait times, if it's something big, people mightn't even try. Even if it says 5 minutes to play, say, Execution, they'll be like, I don't know why 5 minutes. And if something is, say, a minute, King of the Hill, they'll keep playing King of the Hill. It might make it worse or might make it better, I'm not sure. But, added stats for free-for-all quick playing blitz. Okay, whoever wanted that. Added a mark all view button to customization. I like that, because anytime we played, there was like little stars all over the place, or check marks, whatever they were called. Fixed an issue where users would sometimes not be able to finish a Hive playthrough on Map Builder. I'll actually come back to the Map Builder at the end. That's a big thing for me, if it was integrated properly in the game. Fixed an issue causing global chat not to display for both teams, blah blah blah. Fixed an issue that could sometimes cause the front end menus to enter into broken state if lobby resolved immediately. Okay. Is there anything interesting here? Meat shield's going to be grenade tagged by opponents. Cool. Message alert, view and bullet, yeah. Horde, tiles, keyboard, campaign. No, we are cool. Versus event Lunar New Year. We're ringing in the Lunar New Year with a mini versus event to celebrate the arrival of the Year of the Rat. Dive into a first ever free-for-all version of Golden Gun. Oh Christ. Where you'll need to channel your inner McCree against 13 other players to take the crown. Pick up 108 kills in a special event to earn the Year of the Rat blood spray and Golden Gun Boltok weapon skin. This is just me, okay? I'm pretty sure this is just me, but I want Gears of War to be Gears of War. I don't want any mention of Terminator, of Batista, of McCree, of Overwatch or whatever. I don't want any of that stuff. That Overwatch is Overwatch. McCree's special ability is McCree's special ability. I don't know how many people are going to play this. They might play it for the skins, for the awards at the end of it, but I don't know, man. These special events don't really do much for me, but it might help other people, I'm not sure. But I don't really like all this mention of other things. I just want to play Gears of War for Gears of War, and not all this other stuff. But maybe that's just me nitpicking, but I don't even like your inner McCree. I'm like, this is Gears of War, okay? It's not Overwatch. It's not Halo. It's not anything else. This is Gears of War. Get rid of McCree and all this other bullshit. That's just my opinion. Escape Hive, the line. Your Escape Hive journey continues this operation with our next Hive, the line. In the line, your route is to evac. One-way ticket to hell. Yeah. So you basically have to just run and escape the Hive. It's the same shit. Locust Bolter character skin. Looks really cool. Not a big fan of the helmet, though. But yeah, that's a cool looking skin. Year of the Rat loadout. That's pretty cool. Some Locust symbols. It kind of looks like Locust symbols. Oh god. Expressions, let's get rid of them as well. So Mark's Locust Bolter character skin. I'm assuming is Locust Bolter already in it, because there's a little asterisk there. I know they have to own the base character or whatever, so I'm not sure. The store will refresh, blah blah blah. Yeah, purchasing a character skin does not include access to the character. Use of character skins, yeah, we need the base character. So I'm assuming the Bolter's in the game, or is this a version of the drone? I'm not sure. There you go. That's it for this week. With TU4 now on its way into your hands this week, we're working on our next series of updates and improvements to the game, which remains our highest priority. Okay. are working on new ways to keep you updated about the progress of development when it comes to addressing issues, bugs, and needed improvements on a broader way than a one-to-one responses for weekly streams usually reach. Okay. Movement is our next focus for Blog Spotlight. Absolutely, I'll be interested in hearing that. Within which our goal is to provide a clear look at where we are now, absolutely, and where we want to go with the movement in Gears 5. Cool, yeah. We feel like outlining this is clear in terms of an important way of having a continued dialogue on the topic with you all. Absolutely, yes, I like that. I really, really like that. In the meantime, please do join us for weekly developer streams, a direct way to ask questions. You want answers or posting in or Gears of War or the official forums. We'll see you online. I'll tell you something. The end of that was very, very, I really, really like that, okay? Because one thing I was thinking myself is how to fix this game and how to get this back on track is transparency. Anything they want to do, I would love them to be transparent. And give us our reasoning. Give us their reasoning. On the movement, where it is now, where they want it to go, what they want to happen. I'd love actually as well if they could do it. Their opinions or their thought. Sorry, I'm feeling a bit tired at the moment. Their thought process behind changing Icebound. It'd be really interesting to hear that. And if, you know, the whole thing about weapon balancing, because to me, Icebound, the problem with Icebound is the weapon balancing. Also the design of the map, it's very stop. You know, you don't want to push across. You want to push up top of the map. You don't want to go anywhere near the ice section, basically, because everything is just to stop you. You know, if you stop on power, you have lancers, you can get shot from everywhere. It's not a place you want to be. And as I said before, I want to finish this off by just looking at one small thing. This was about the map builder. And one thing I do think could really kick this game into gear, no pun intended, I suppose, is if they brought a proper map builder into the game for all multiplayer. I think it might help out both the coalition in terms of creating maps or whatever. Because they said it takes them up to 6 months. But if you have the community creating their own maps, you know, give them the assets so they can create certain, you know, environments, you know, like whatever, River or Jacinto or Relic or any ruins. Let's say Relic, I meant ruins. All these unique looking maps, and give them all the pieces to make them maps. Let people test them out. Of course, you might get some absolute bullshit. You might get some just 1v1 maps where it's like a long tunnel. You might get some extremely interesting maps. And knowing the way people are, when you look at things like Super Mario Maker and things like that, how creative some people are, I think you'll get some absolutely outstanding maps if people have enough resources. You can have showcases, and then, of course, the coalition can then pick the best maps and put them into maybe a rotation or whatever. Into the game. You can have people putting up the maps on YouTube. You start creating a buzz about the game. I think that would be something brilliant. And of course, you can bypass making maps then, make up the odd one or whatever. And if people are making really, really good maps, I mean, I think it's a brilliant way to go forward. That's just my opinion. I think that would be brilliant. I can only imagine what some people might make. Some incredible maps. Might get some not so incredible as well, but you know, that's the way it goes. But overall, I think it's a decent. This is just my main thing here, as I said. It's a bit unfortunate that the thing with this game, I find a little bit unfortunate. The improvements in this TU4, okay, what they have actually done is spent a good amount of time, I would imagine, on Nasher improvements, which is basically, say, reverting the Nasher to a previous state and trying to make Icebound a bit more playable. Now, I will just come out and say, if somebody came to me with Icebound before the game was ready to be, at launch, I would say this map's not going to work. The fact that you can destroy the ice, the fact that it's so open, the fact that you've got two towers, it's going to promote very, very slow gameplay. Not many people are going to like this map. It's very anti-player. It's a very anti-aggression. One thing I will throw out, I would love to see what would happen if the Lancer was. I think at the moment it takes about 11 bullets to down somebody. I would love to see that brought to, honestly, nearly 20. I would love to see the Lancer being a actual support weapon. That if two people. So at a time now it takes one person to down somebody. It should take two Lancers, I feel like. Make the shotgun a bit weaker. I think it promotes a lot more. And no stopping power. So if you're behind a cover and you're camping or whatever, and someone pushes you, if you don't have the right gun out and you can't just stand there and with your Lancer and hold that person back, you have to switch the weapon accordingly and fight. You know what I mean? And that creates a lot more free flowing combat, in my opinion. So, for example, if somebody's up in that tower, they can't support their teammates by crossing people, but they can't control the entire map by one Lancer crossing people. They can tag people, they can spot them, they can put some damage into them and support their teammates. But the thing is, if then they get caught out and someone comes up the stairs behind them, they can't just hold on to that, Lancer and just down them by strafing. They have to switch that shotgun, allows the person to push them, and this is all without changing any map updates. This is changing the game itself. Now, I do understand that would be a drastic update, but that's something I always felt could be done with Gears of War. It's obviously up to you guys. It's up to other people. I do understand that you want to have a balanced game, but to me, that is the most balanced game, in my opinion. You wouldn't need any stun grenades, because stun grenades are there to basically combat a different thing as put in the game. Is combat stopping power and the combat overpowered Lancers and the combat this and the combat that. That's why they're in the game. So then all of a sudden you create that other problem of having stopping power, of having bullet magnetism, of having a very, very strong Lancer. So you have to throw a stun grenade to stun them so you can push through that. If there's no stopping power, if the Lancers are weaker, you can actually push them. It completely eliminates the need for a stun grenade. And that's my opinion. I'd like to see how it plays out, honestly, but there you go. So that's the what's up for January 20th. That's all I really have to say. I will be looking at the dev blogs as well, going through it and looking, and I'm assuming they'll be talking more about Icebound updates, Nashor improvements, and also I really hope they look into the movement and just be really, really transparent about what's going on with the movement and stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you again.